Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, we have somebody very, very special who's going to be entertaining you in his own way. He's a famous person, flown all the way from South Africa. And I'd like to introduce you to a very, very special man who's been involved in conservation, in protection of animals, looking after people who've been doing illegal things. This man is famous not only in South Africa, but across the world. Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for Mr. Ivan Carter.
Nothing like chasing the elephant through the swamp.
Whenever humans and wildlife are in conflict, wildlife never wins.
Ooh, now if that doesn't chase an elephant, nothing will just about chase me.
My name is Ivan Carter. Through this series, my goal is to show people the many threats to wildlife, but equally to highlight the champions of conservation, the people who invest personally in a system or species and secure its future.
We're sitting here with one of the rarest animals on the planet that's pretty oblivious to us.
Look at physiologically how incredible these animals are designed. Big, strong front claws for digging, and then of course covered in scales except for his belly. Vultures are an animal that are also facing what we call a silent extinction.
We're heading to the Muti market to see what sort of products they're selling.
This is where it gets a little bit rougher, so we're just going to be filming under the radar. On our left is one of the driest deserts in the whole world. Reeks of wildlife, just an unbelievable ecosystem.
While on our quest for hope, we experience firsthand the tough men and women on the very front line of the conservation movement.
If the apex predator is healthy, it's an indicator that the whole food pyramid's healthy, and that's a good thing.
There is nothing as impressive as the fury of an ocean. And yet as powerful and angry as an ocean can be, it's also incredibly full of life.
That's a good feeling right there. I just hope that this inspires other people to do the same thing, to take the same initiatives, to engage with communities, to engage with landowners. And if we can do that and regenerate healthy ecosystems, truly, it's not the setting sun of wildlife, it's the rising sun, and the future is very bright.
Good to go. Well, folks, thank you so much for being here. And I think I want to ask you to give yourselves a round of applause. There's not one single person in this room that doesn't care about conservation. There's not one single person in this room that hasn't taken time out of their schedule to get here and enjoy this great meal and watch a whole bunch of jackrabbits getting bludgeoned to death. I mean, where else on the planet can somebody do such a good job of putting everybody in the same room from opposite ends of the conservation spectrum? So I wanted to just start thinking, what is conservation? What is the definition of that? We've used that word a lot this week. People have been talking about it, but I think very often we don't sit and think about what that really means. Is conservation the conserving of a herd of elephant? Yes, it is. Is conservation the protecting of an ecosystem with an anti-poaching team? Absolutely it is. All of these things are conservation. But I think when you really get down to it, one of the very best definitions that I've ever heard is that conservation is the wise use, the wise, sustainable use of our resources in a way that the entire ecosystem is conserved. Because if we just focus on elephant, and that elephant starts to multiply, and suddenly you've got 10 elephants, then you've got 10,000 elephants, and if you're only focusing on elephants, you might start applauding your efforts, only to find that the elephants have destroyed the rest of the ecosystem. And so balance is absolutely crucial. And balance is something that Trammell is very, very good at doing by bringing people together from these opposite ends of the spectrum. And I think that it's absolutely brilliant what happens here. And we are very, very proud to use the EarthX TV platform to further the reach. So the thousands of people and the tens of thousands of conservation conversations that have happened here in this room over the last 6 or 7 days, the months and months of planning for it, those conversations are amplified by our ability to put that into, what is it today, 80 million homes? 46 million homes here in North America, 22 million homes, 46 million homes worldwide. So we're taking a, whatever, there's a whole bunch, more than the jackrabbits. But what the point is the brilliance of taking these messages on a platform that's this environmental platform where many, many of the other platforms that started off as environmental platforms have ended up being reality TV. And it's fake reality. There's fake conflict. There's always the underdog who's the new guy on the block that's not doing the right thing. And, you know, that stuff's not real. What happens on EarthX TV is very, very real. It's relevant, it's up to date, and it's real. And we're very proud to have this platform on which to play it. And I think one of the things that we need to cultivate more is the next generation of conservationists. And so I'd like to ask for a video right now and to introduce somebody who is from the next generation of conservationists. If you could play the video, please.
My name's Brooke Carter and I'm a conservationist. I've had some incredible experiences filming for Wild Wonders with Brooke. Am I trying that?
There we go. And then you can grab those and throw them right into his mouth up there. No, get close.
This is an amber mountain chameleon, and this species is endemic to this very forest. So if we lose this forest, we lose all the little creatures that go along with it. Oh my goodness. We're gonna try and get her into the shade as quick as possible because it's quite hot today. Oh. Breakfast is served. Now that the crates are here and the lion's ready to go, we're gonna put him on a stretcher and so we can send him on his way. Every time I get introduced to a new species and learn about a new ecosystem and the threats they're facing, and it makes me wonder, are they gonna be okay in the future?
All right, go for it. Nice.
Not a lot of kids are into conservation, but I've had a lot of amazing opportunities that will hopefully help other children to be very interested in the ecosystems and wildlife around them. Our planet's in trouble. This is the time that the next generation really needs to get engaged. Our planet needs every single conservationist, and my hope is that when kids watch my show, that they're inspired to look after our wildlife and get more involved in the outdoors. But the one thing that I'm really looking forward to is turning 13.
Hello everyone. I know if it's working.
Go.
Well, hello everyone. My name is Brooke Carter, as you just saw. I'm 12 years old, soon to be 13, as you also just saw. But I'm really excited to be sharing one of my favorite things today with everyone here. conservation. Because sadly, these days, not many kids are very involved in conservation and that kind of role. And so sometimes I feel like I've got a personal responsibility to encourage new and other members of my generation to just look up from their screens and notice the absolutely beauty of all of the wonders of the world and always get engaged. And I would like to also ask to all the conservationists out there, on behalf of my generation, please, 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 work together. It is not a competition. If we work together to find sustainable solutions, then one day when it is our turn to take over, we're going to have so much wildlife and much healthier ecosystems. I would also like to ask for you a favor. Take a moment to look around you and find a kid, like me, to inspire. And if we each inspire one kid each year to love conservation, our planet will truly have hope. In my travels filming for Wild Wonders with Brooke, I've been absolutely amazed by some of these incredible creatures that I have met. And over the last 3 seasons, we've traveled to over 30 different ecosystems and met with the heroes of those landscapes and some of the creatures that they're working very, very hard to research and protect. And so I thought I would show a clip of one of my favorite moments.
Madagascar is huge, and some of the strange and specialized creatures that live there.
That was in Madagascar. We had to go in the caves full of guano, and then we went in the caves of limestone. We saw chameleons, bats. It's actually a really cool ecosystem in those caves as well when the bats come in from eating the fruit outside, then the cockroaches feed on the bat poop, and then the black widow spiders feed on the cockroaches. But yeah, if everyone who attends Earth Day can leave with new energy, new contacts, and additional resources, our generation will be all set to inherit the most beautiful planet with the very truly healthy biodiversity. As I close for the evening, I'd like to thank EarthX TV and Tremel personally for inviting me here. Thank you all for being here. I would also like to invite you to follow EarthX TV and me, Brooke Carter, on Instagram to have to have daily updates about things that truly matter. Thank you.
Cool, dude. And so really, when you think about it, what greater investment in conservation can we have than the next generation? And I always love the quote, as important as it is to leave good kids for the planet, it's very important to leave a good planet for our kids. And so let's take that to heart.